Hello, welcome, Borda! Welcome to Expansive. My name is Yar TTomlliw, and today we're going to be checking out Team 17's latest Worms W.M.D, which apparently stands for Worms of Mass Destruction, but I'm pretty convinced it's Watermelon Drought, or Waste of My Day. Well, actually, it's not a waste of my day, because I've been really enjoying this, because it's a really great homage to kind of the Worms games of the past, because I know we had a load of those 3D games that came out for a while, just failed at the junction, you know, but this sort of captures the spirit and the essence of what made stuff like Worms 2 and Worms Armageddon so great, and you're really seeing that here. It's a unique art style, it's a little bit different, but you're also seeing the sort of the classic gameplay themes in here. So you've got the local co-op, as you'd expect, you've got the campaign modes, you've got training sessions, you've got challenges in here, you've got bonuses, so you can actually go and fight and kill these separate worms and defeat them and get bonuses. You can obviously also customize your team, which you've come to expect from every Worms game ever, and there's some really cool customization options here. I mean, you can check out the general option there, but you can have afros, you can have Aztecs, bobbies, bouffants, cactuses, whatever you want. You can even change the speech banks. You've got artists, cheese, city slickers, farmers, old dears, you know, because you've got the old lady in here as well. The backflip boogie, so you've got keepy uppies, juggles, you know, all kinds of crazy things. You even change the tombstones to obelisks and crosses and coffins and heroes and angels and whatever you fancy. Worms is just Worms, and you know, I think that's the great thing about this, is that if you've ever enjoyed a Worms game, this is most definitely the best that we've had for years. And if you've never experienced a Worms game before, this is a fantastic jumping in point, and I think that it's going to do really well for Team 17, because for me this is one of the finest local co-op experiences, or actually any cooperative or competitive experiences this year. The other one being, actually funny enough, another Team 17 game which I reviewed on the channel, Overcooked, which is really shouldn't be as much fun as it is. So that's one of the neat features about this, and makes it slightly different from everything else you've been used to, is the vehicle factor, which I think is one of the great features in Worms W.M.D. Apart from the fact that it's just a great game anyway. So I am going to take charge now. I've got my dude here with his general cap on, so let's jump and get that medi kit there. Thank you very much. That's a nice 25 extra health. So which one of these tanks are we going to... Let's go on the front one. Let's go on the front one. I like to stand on the front feet first, because I think it's important. You know, I think it's important to always be on the front feet. So here we go. We're going to trudge along now. We can control the map now. I can actually now control this reticle here. Look at those awesome physics. Look at that. That's fantastic. We'll forgive him for that. So what you need to do here is basically blast away. It's fantastic. There you go. So I got high humid there. Humid? Did you get that? So you can do that. You can blast away humid there, and there's bear frills up in the tree, because that's exactly where bear frills would be. Probably eating a bug, probably eating some spiders, chowing down on some caterpillars. That's exactly where bear frills would be. But yeah, the tank is pretty resilient. It's pretty resistant to damage, and you can see they've already taken a chunk out of their team here, and I'm going to basically do exactly the same thing here again. Watch this. Pow, baby! Pow! That's something I did notice. You can't run these guys over, but you can jump on the tank. So yeah, jump on his butt. So yeah, anyway, there for us. Take a load of this dude. Bang! And that was probably as worst of a shot as he gave me just now. I mean, to be fair, I've created a nice little tunnel for him to burrow into there, so he could just, you know, waltz his way down there. You know, he could have a little hideout, maybe get a barbecue going, start a little siesta. You know, he could just do anything. He could sleep down there. He could live down there. You know, whatever he wants to do. This is Bear Frills. Bear Frills can live off the land, so he says. Ooh, that wasn't a bad shot. That was a bad attempt. Now, actually, if you notice, my character there is called Boggy. Now, if anyone is familiar with the Team 17 Worms Scottish spiel, you'll know Boggy B is a pretty prominent character in Wormage. You know, he's the dude that kind of set all this off. And if you've never heard the Boggy B song, then put it this way: it is up there with Mr. Blobby and the EastEnders theme tune. It is that much of a classic that if you haven't heard it, there is something you missed out. You have actually missed the TV song. You have not heard it. So just bear that in mind. YouTube it. I promise you, you will probably regret it. So I've just basically now got to fire my way through to Lionel. Hello, Lionel. So Lionel, he's just a dude there. He's got some flaming barrels next to him. He's got some mines next to him. He's in a pretty safe position. And you can see his teammate there has just decided, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to kill you anyway, mate. You know, I'm not going to wait for Boggy to do it. I'm just going to fucking kill you myself because you're a dick and I hate the name Lionel. That's a pretty brutal way to go, to be fair. I mean, you know, you're not expecting your teammate to do that to you. But, you know, at the same time... Oh, that was a bad little shot. Thank you very much. Boom, boom, shakalaka. Take some of that. But yeah, he wasn't expecting it. He was probably expecting Boggy to come in with his tank and just go, right, I can take this tank. He wasn't expecting the dude behind him to just nuke him. Nuke him. Yeah, chimpanzee. Yeah, I like that, I like that, I like it. So yeah, chimpanzee now firing away at me. So I'm just going to bring my little tank up to him.
Nothing of use here.
Now, as you may not have never seen Worms, I'll show you the screen now. So you have basically... Oh, I've left the tank there. So now you actually have a weapons screen there. So I've got bazooka, I've got grenades, baseball bat, fire punch as in Hadouken. Yeah, seriously. You can have parachute there, so if you actually did fall off the edge or you fell off a ledge somewhere, then you would actually just have a safer and softer landing. You can skip your go if you want to. There's a blowtorch, there's a ninja rope, and the cool feature in this as well is you can actually craft weapons. So you can actually dismantle existing weapons that you have and then use them again for something else. So I'm actually going to dismantle this back here. And I don't think I can do much of it in these sessions, but essentially, when you're in the main game, you can actually then go and create a flaming bat if you combine it with something else, or you can, do all kinds of mad things in all different kind of combinations, which I think is a great idea actually. Oh, I just ran out of time then showing you that. Sorry about that. But effectively, yeah, I mean, that's one of the neat features in this as well. You've also got the vehicles. The vehicles are pretty cool. The helicopter, which is also really cool. You can kind of soar around the landscape much better than the tank. But then you've got the crafting mechanism as well. So it really does give you a new feel to Worms. And as I said, it's still a really good entry point, I think, for anyone who's never played a Worms game before. But likewise, I think there's enough interesting features in this that will sort of keep you or bring you back into the game as well. And it's just it's an unbeatable co-op experience or competitive experience. I think everyone feels like they can be competitive in Worms. I think that's one of the magical charms about the game, is that you can still, anyone can feel like they can win a match. Whether or not you're playing for the first time, whether or not you're a pro, whether or not you've never picked a PlayStation pad in your life. It's just one of those types of games, and it's just fun to play. Irrespective of whether you win or lose, you still feel like you're having a good time doing it. And I think Team 17, they've really stripped everything back. They've gone back to basics with Worms W.M.D, and I think that they've nailed it. They've really got back to what made these games great. Forgetting all the 3D stuff of the last few years, this is what Worms games were all about. And I think the fact that we've really gone a bit back to 2D games, and we've got that. It was a nice little sneaky. I know you are. I can smell you. I smell what you're cooking. I can't hit you, but I can smell what you're cooking. So yeah, I think that was the great thing about these games, is that with 2D we've kind of gone back now. We've had a lot of 2D games, we've had a lot of retro infused games lately, and I think that now Worms feels like it has a place again on market stores, and it feels like it has a place again on the gaming market, because for a long time people felt that 3D had to be involved in every single game, even if it wasn't a good fit. So yeah, it's great to see Worms back, and I think it's as good as it's ever been, to be quite honest. I think these new features really have enhanced the experience rather than detracted from it. I'm going to try and hit again. I might have to just get up the tank. As sorry as it is to say, I might have to get out my tank. I don't want to get out my tank. I like my tank. My tank and me, we go way back.
Oh, we got
but
lucky there.
The way it's going, this is kind of an awkward angle for me to hit these guys. I mean, it could just be me. It could personally be me. I don't know. I could be sucking right now, people. And if I am, I do apologise. But I don't think so. I think it's just the fact that it's an awkward angle. And I suppose that's one problem you may have, the vehicles. They're not insta-win. You can't just literally go around the vehicle forever and say, right, I've got the vehicle, game over. It's a bit like in Halo, with whoever's on the ghost. It's like, oh, bloody hell, the guy's on the ghost again. But it's not really like that in Worms. It can be. But I guess this is the kind of way to even the playing field a little bit. So I tell you what I'm going to do. I am going to grenade these guys because I love them. There you go. Whee! In the drink you go. Glug, 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 glug. So there you go. Survival goes all wrinkly. And Boggy B is the last Worm standing. Because Boggy B, as I said, Boggy B is what Worms is all about. There you go. Defeat all the enemy worms. I didn't finish the mission in more than 125 health, so I'm sorry about that, guys. I did kind of fail there, but I did drown an enemy worm, and I did defeat 2 more in a single turn. And, you know, I've set loads of beef eaters and police officers and old ladies on your screen, so what more do you want? Basically, worms is just fantastic. And there you go, see, I've actually got a little reward there. Ooh, it's a little Futurama, dude. I might equip that. I think I'm going to equip that. I've had a lot of fun playing this, I really have, and as you can tell, I'm kind of really getting into the flavour of things. Again, you've got the training sessions, and I can just show you a multiplayer thing there as well. You've got 1v1, you can have ranked games, you can have unranked games, private sessions. You've got a community there as well, so you can just jump in, you can actually see what's going on all the time with worms. There's all kinds of different things. It actually tells you more about the buildings, but I didn't really explain, is that you can, as you saw them going in that tent, and they were hiding in that tent, so you couldn't actually see them at first. You can actually hide in buildings, as you did see from the beginning of that session as well. There's sometimes crates in there, there's sometimes collectibles and things you can grab and pick up and use in the fight. So that's something else as well that is a bit different in Worms, is that you've also got that kind of protection as well. So where I think with Worms games in the past, if players were kind of like fighting and they were a bit in the open, a bit exposed in the environment, they're always quite easy to catch and, you know, kill. Now it kind of forces players to come to the enemies to try and finish battles if they've got protection from tanks and buildings and whatever. So it kind of makes the experience a little bit more interesting and a little bit more dangerous as well. So just because you've got a free roam advantage doesn't necessarily mean you're going to win the fight. You know, you may actually get lured into a trap, and then for all you know it, you might actually just get killed and wiped out, and then it's a one-on-one, and suddenly you're in a lot of trouble. So that's a new strategy as well, which I think has worked really well for Worms W.M.D, and I think that's something that they've definitely harnessed really well with this game. So yeah, overall, I would thoroughly recommend Worms W.M.D. Watermelon Drow. It's not a waste of my day. I'm not saying wasting my day again, because it's definitely a waste of your day. It is the highlight of your day. It's so much fun. It's a great experience. Get on this now. You'll enjoy it. You will not regret it, I promise you. I cross my heart, and I don't hope to die at all. I don't want to die. But I cross my heart. You'll love it. So yeah, Worms WMD, get involved, download it, play it, love it, get some beers in, get some friends in. Whatever you want to do, experience this great game. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I will have loads more coming to you soon. I will see you next time.